some more filler ass shit. Until I get the Dark Brotherhood going. Anyways, The Madness of Pelagius. Let's read. I can get $12 for this. Oh, good. How much did I fucking buy for this? I don't give a fuck. The Madness of Pelagius by the man who would be Emperor of all Tamriel was born Pelagius Septum. Oh, it was a septum. I got a couple others in my pocket. A prince of the royal family. Way worse. In the Third Era, 119, at the end of the glorious regime, reign, god damn it, of his uncle. Okay, I'm not reading that. The first. Antraxis? What the fuck? Way worse. Has been showered by many preferences during the years before Pelagius' birth. For King Magnus was a favorite's brother. This is gonna be fucking great. It is hard to say when Pelagius' madness first manifested itself. For in truth, the first 10 years of his life were marked by much insanity in the land itself. When Pelagius was just over a year old, a anti-trusted chupacabra died and a daughter. Okay, I guess that's right, whatever. Quintiaris. That sounds like a car with some kind of venereal disease, okay. Assumed the throne to the acclaimed of all. Quintiaris II was Pelagius' cousin and an accomplished mystic and sorceress. If she had significance, means to peer into the future, she would have surely fled the palace. Pelagius? What the fuck? I sure hope you ain't here for me reading this properly, cause goddamn, I can't fucking read. Fled the palace. The story of the war, the Red Diamond, has been told. Oh, goddamn. Many other scholarly journals, but as most historians agree, Quintiaris III reign was unsurpassed by her and Pelagius' cousin Urinal the Potty. Oh, God. By the power of his mother, Potodium, sounds like another venereal disease. You get from like, what is it, pole dancing on like a fucking, totem pole. Okay, that's just good stuff there. The so-called Wolf Queen. Ah! Solitude! This is Skyrim bullshit. The so-called Wolf Queen of Solitude. The years after her coronation, Quintiara was trapped in Glen Point and imprisoned in the Imperial dungeon there. Good, just like I was. All of the Tamriel exploded in that warfare as Prince Urinal took a piss on the throne. As Urinal III and High Rock, we're talking about drugs now, became the imprisoned Empress' presence there as the location of some of the bloodiest battles. Pelagius' father, King Magnus, allied himself with his brother. Why did I get these fucking names wrong? Goddamn. Succatoris. I'm sure I fucking read that right. Succatoris. Yeah, that sounds about right. Against the usurper emperor. I can fucking read that, of course I can. And brought the wrath of Urinal the Third on Queen Potamoma down to the wayward Paganus and his brother and sister and his mother, Oh my god, where did they get these goddamn names from? Yeah. I'm not even gonna fucking try with that one. Fled from the Isles of Befferra. What's a line of oh my god, where did they get these goddamn names from? And our family. Many's dislocation on that ancient island. Even to this day, there is a thankfully much written records of Pelagius' childhood and Balfour area recorded by nurses and visits. All next page. Oh my god, how much is there in this goddamn book? Who met him, describing him as a handsome, personable boy interested in sports, magic, and music. There isn't even any music in this game, besides the one that's playing. Even assuming diplomats lacking a condor, Pelagius seemed, if anything, a blessing to the future of Septim dynasty. When Pelagius was 8, Cornopolus slew Uranus III at the Battle of Ichidog, whatever, and proclaimed himself Emperor Cornelius the First for the next 10 years of his reign. Cornutopia, yeah, we'll just call him Cornutopia battled Panama. Pelagius' first battle, the Siege of Solitude, which ended Panama's death at the final end of the war. In gratitude, Cornupopius placed Pelagius on the throne of Solitude. Fucking Skyrim bullshit. As a king of Solitude, Pelagius. Oh boy. Okay, fuck that word. Behaviors began to be noticeable. As a favorite nephew of the Emperor, few diplomats to Solitude made critical commentary about Pelagius. For the first 2 years of his reign, Pelagius was at very least noted for his alarming shifts in weight. 4 months after taking the throne, a diplomat from Imart called Pelagius a Hail. That is my last name. And a hearty soul with a goddamn heart so big it widens his waist. Okay. 5 months after that, visiting Prince of Four, the first whole wrote to his brother that the king's gripped my hand, and I felt it like it was being clutched by a skeleton. Okay. Pelagius was greatly emaciated, indeed. Emaciated? What the fuck? Goddamn words. Cornucopius never married and died childless. Good. 3 years after the Siege of Solitude, and the only surviving sibling, Pelagius' father, Magnus, left the throne. A waywardest. A fucking loser. And took residence in the imperial city of the... Oh, about time we got this fucking serial. Goddamn. City of the Emperor. Magnus I. Magnus was elderly, and Pelagius was the oldest living child. So they attempts? What the fuck? Attention! Attention forced upon Senil. By this time, Pelagius, oh my god, there's that big word again, were becoming infamous. There were many legends about the acts of King Senil, but few were well documented. Okay. C6. It is known as the Pelagius locked a young prince and the princess of Sullivanar in the room with him, only releasing them when an assigned declaration of war was slipped under the door. When the door off is closed there. Oh boy. Okay, next page. At the local festival, his admirers apparently decided to watch him more carefully. On the order of Magnus, Pelagius was married to the beautiful Herinus of an ancient dark elf noble family. Nordic king who married dark elf seldom improved their popularity. There are only two reasons most scholars give their union. Magnus was trying to consent relations. Concrete. No. Consent. Commit. Fucking words. Relations with Einhards. Where the clan held Eberhard's neighbor Hold has been a historical ally to the Empire since the very beginning and the royal consort. The Queen. I looked away. I said, had won many battles in the War of the Red Diamonds. Eberhard had poorly kept secrets of aiding Urinal III, and Poe told him the other reason for the marriage were more personal. Qatar was a shrewd and diplomat, as she was beautiful. The creature was capable of hiding Pelagius' Magnus. It was she. On the 8th of second seed, the third era of 145, Magnus died quietly. Oh my goddamn, there's some of my fucking pages. In his sleep, Jothheim, sure, Pelagius' sister, took over the throne of solitude, and Paganus and Kudatas, wrote an imperial city and a crowned emperor and empress of Tamriel. It is said that Pelagius fainted when his crown was placed, on his head, but Kortotarsisha held him up so only closest to the throne could see what had happened. Like so many Pelagius' stories, this cannot be verified. Of course it can't. Pelagius III never truly ruled Tamriel. Kotarash and the Elder Council made all the decisions. Only tried to keep Pelagius from embarrassing. Oh, he's like our current president, I see. Okay. Still, stories of Pelagius III's reign exist. It is said that when the Argonian ambassador, I can fucking read that word, of course I can, for the Black Rose, came to court, Pelagius, instead of speaking in all grunts and squeaks, as that was the Argonian's natural language. It is known that Pelagius was obsessed with cleanliness, and many guests reported waking to the noise of early morning scrub downs of the Imperial Palace of the legends of Pelagius. Wow. We trying to say those lizards are dirty or something? Fucking racist. Inspecting the servants' quarters. Suddenly defecating on the Oh, about time something happened. And to give them something to do. It's probably fuck. When Pelagius began acting, biting, and attacking visitors in the Imperial Palace, it was decided to send him to a private asylum. Kardashian was proclaimed regnant 2 years after Pelagius was thrown. For the next 6 years, the Emperor stayed in a series of institutions and asylums which do not exist in any goddamn Elder Scrolls game. Tailored to the Emperor. Traitors to the Emperor. Of many lies that spread about this period, whispered stories of hideous experiments and torturous performances on Pelagius had almost become accepted as facts. The noble lady Kardashian became pregnant shortly after how that happened. The Emperor was sent away and rumored of infidelity and even more absurd conspiracies to keep the sane Emperor locked away. ran amok, as Kardashian provided her pregnancy came about after a visit to her husband's cell. And you let him fuck? What the hell? I bet he's rubbing his shit all over the goddamn wall of the fucking nutcase. Anyways, no other evidence of loyal subjects were bound to accept Empress's word on the matter. Her second child was reigned many years after Urinal. The fourth was a child of her union and the consort, Lorelate, and public knowledge as such on a warm night of the sun. Sons, dawn of the 34th year, Pelagius III died after a brief fever in his cell at the temple at Kenarath in the island of Botany. Kardashian, I resonated from another 46 years by passing the scepter, onto her child. She had Pelagius Cassianda. Pelagius' wild behavior was made him previously dearly to the promise of his birth and death. The second of sudden dawn, which may or may not be the anniversary of his death. Records are not very clear. To celebrate the mad paganism at a time of foolishness and all sorts of encouragement, and so one of the last desirable emperors in the history of the Septim dynasty had become one of the most famous ones, just like my ability to read a goddamn book. There's only one way to fix this. It's time to make up for my goddamn reading. I just play some of the goddamn didgeridoo. Fucking can't do it. Can't play just like my reading ability. Goddamn. Man, fuck this book. Oh, goddamn it, I can't read it. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me get out. Yeah. Get in that fire, bitch. Get in that fire. God, this is hard. Almost as hard as I was when I was reading that Lusty Armagonian book. I mean... Alright. Well, that's the madness of Pelagius. I read good. See you on the next one, I guess. When I do more reading. And eventually the Dark Brotherhood will happen, I don't fucking know.